Why do crocodiles cry when they eat? The cause of tears in crocodilians is unclear. Apparently they hiss a lot while eating, and so something to do with sinuses might be activating the tear glands. But they also shed tears just from being on land for a while, whether or not they are eating. But in today's video, we're going to look at 6 wild dogs headed to the Crocodile River. But the unexpected happened. Here are 6 wild dogs headed to the Crocodile River. But the unexpected happened. But before we proceed, if you're new to this channel, remember, go ahead and to hit the bell icon to subscribe so you won't miss the videos we will upload in the future. Now get ready and make sure to stay tuned till the end as we dive right into the video. Number 1. Wild dogs chase a hyena. African wild dogs travel in large packs of 10 to 40, which only increase their strength, making them more effective hunters. Hyenas are larger, but African wild dogs are typically more adept hunters. Both of them are carnivorous, though hyenas' diets are more flexible. They are opportunistic scavengers after all. African wild dogs epitomize teamwork. They are extremely territorial and fervently defend their territories and their kills. When this video starts, you watch as a wild dog chases off a hyena trying to encroach on the fruits of their hunt. Although obviously much larger, the hyena runs away. Then you watch as the wild dogs share their kill, never fighting over it. Each of them grabs a piece. The narrator in the video later explains that this hyena has been trailing the pack of wild dogs. They're great hunters, and hyenas know it. There are more than 20 wild dogs hunting in the clip, and they're ready to make their kills. First, they stalk a herd of impala and manage their first kill. They move quickly and eat quickly from when they started chasing it to devouring it completely. It took under 5 minutes. The wild dogs celebrate, full of energy after their meal is done. Watch how the wild dogs hunt and capture their next kill, a baby impala. Number 2. Impala trapped between wild dogs and crocodile. Dutch was searching for footprints of the dogs the next morning and luckily found them. They started tracking them when suddenly an impala sprints ahead of them with wild dogs chasing, and they were off to watch the action. The impala sprung into the safety of a nearby dam. Not for long, unfortunately. They saw some bubbles and a crocodile surfaced. The poor dog has a hard decision to make, neither looking too promising. The poor impala shakes in the water, the adrenaline clearly overwhelming him at this point. The croc tried a few times to bite the impala, but it was quite a large bull. He waited it out in the water, but started shivering as the water got too cold and swam away, with the croc still trying his luck and on his tail. The impala reaches the shallower water where the dogs have the advantage, and the poor impala meets his fate. This display really proves why these dogs are the most successful hunters on Earth, although this time they might have just gotten lucky. Number 4. Kudu fights wild dogs, a hippo, and crocodile. In this unique footage, we see that a kudu has been pursued by a group of wild dogs and has entered a river to try to escape. The male kudu, an antelope species, has long, twisting horns on the top of his head and uses them to fend off the dogs as best he can. He seems to just about have the situation under control when a huge hippo emerges from the water behind him. We see the hippo before the kudu does. When the kudu does notice the hippo, he obviously perceives it to be just as big a threat as the wild dogs. He twists his body and pushes his large horns towards the astonished hippo, who promptly turns around and sinks back under the water. The poor kudu thinks that he is now much safer, but is making a mistake by staying in the river because a more deadly predator is lurking beneath the murky water. The kudu is so focused on fending off the wild dogs that he does not notice a large crocodile sneaking up on his left. With no warning, the croc strikes with deadly accuracy and drags its prey into the water. The kudu has no time at all to react or to try to escape, and within seconds it is dead. The odds were stacked against this poor animal. Number 5. A warthog trapped in a standoff between a pack of wild dogs and a crocodile. A warthog drinking from a watering hole on the African savanna found itself in a stare-down with a pack of hungry wild dogs standing on the bank. Positioned just inside the water, the warthog apparently believes it is safe But unbeknownst to the warthog, a hungry crocodile slowly eases up beside it. The wild dogs watch in anticipation, as if knowing the crocodile is there and thinking, or hoping, that the warthog will panic and jump onto land where he'd be an easy meal. Crocodiles slowly emerge behind and then beside the warthog and just below the surface of the water. The crocodile waits for just the right moment. The drama unfolds in front of a group of tourists who watch in anticipation. When the crocodile finally does take the warthog down, the tourists let out a roar, and all the wild dogs hunt as a pack, which can easily take down a warthog. And of course, a lone crocodile with its stealthy approach and powerful jaws can easily handle a warthog, as you can see in the video. In the animal kingdom, predation is a fact of life. You just don't often get to see the showdowns, such as this one. Number 6. Hippo crushes buck that's stuck in mud after wild dogs chased it. A bush buck is stuck between a rock and a hard place, as wild dogs surround it, and it chooses to get into a mud wallow with a hippo to try and evade the dog's snapping jaws. The hippo unleashes its anger on the buck and crushes it. The dogs were passing by a mud wallow when suddenly a bushbuck broke into full speed frenzy and ran. The chaos of 26 wild dogs ensued. Before we knew it, the bushbuck was in the mud wallow and trapped. However, it was not alone. A territorial bull hippo was startled by the commotion and fled, only to realize what was transpiring, and so it made a hasty retreat back to the safety of the wallow. The wild dogs then surrounded the wallow and tried yet again to subdue the bushbuck. This hippo clearly was not in the mood and chased the dogs off. What transpired next was the most bizarre part. We watched the bushbuck struggle in the thick mud, which was covered in gray sludge. We'll never know if the hippo was sympathetic and wanted to help, or if it was confused and thought this was one of the wild dogs. In a flash, the hippo turned and snapped the young antelope, killing it. The patient dogs seized the opportunity and within seconds began devouring the buck. It didn't stop there. The remaining dogs managed to flush another bushbuck in the exact direction of the feast. Another kill. The dogs killed the second buck and devoured it as well. Disbelief and shock are an understatement for the emotions we were feeling. Seeing a kill on safari is a sight many dream of. Witnessing 2 kills in the span of seconds is rare and almost unbelievable. That is the beauty of the bush. It is and will always remain unpredictable. That's all for today's video. Therefore, if you enjoy these fights of wild dogs and crocodile, then tell us in comments. Please like the video and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos from our channel. Thanks for watching and see you all soon.